Good morning, friends, followers, subscribers, and my army of Trevorites that are bigger than the British Army right now. Thank you very much for continuing to watch my channel. And if you're watching this video right now and you've not yet subscribed, why not? It's free. Until YouTube decide to put in a fee, which they may in the near future. Anyway, it's Monday the 18th. Yes, I'm late getting my video out today, but I had a lovely lie-in this morning. Yes, and it's a lovely lie-in with my duvet and a lovely Christmas blanket wrapped across it. It was just perfection. Well, it was perfection. It didn't start off like perfection because yesterday I had my son with me and he stayed. He was meant to go yesterday afternoon, but he wanted to stay. I let him stay. I spoke to his mum. It was okay. I made chicken fajitas last night. He loved them. And then he went into his room. And because he plays online on his console, he shuts his curtains so that he gets no gleam on the TV screen. You know that type of thing with your kids. Anyway, early hours this morning, I get up and I'm thinking, it's really cold in here. Why is this? Walked into his room, walked over to the curtains, opened the curtains up. He had the windows open. Had to shut them. So, yes, I'll have to check. I have to speak to him when I see him on Wednesday morning. See him on Wednesday morning, so I'll have to chat with him then. Don't leave your windows open, son. Not good for daddy, is it? Anyway, so I have a lie-in. As I said, it's Monday the 18th. Thank you for the emails that I have received and the support. Last night, I did a live from 7 to 7:31. Meant to cut off at 7:30 because I wanted to go and watch Ava Gardner, Fiona's channel, because she's done loads of research in the judge's outcome. So I wanted to read that. Not read it, that's a lie. I wanted to listen to her, what she had said. So I tuned into her to watch her last night. I was interested in that, actually. Yes, the judge going, no, this has nothing to do with you. This is about Catherine. No, this is about Diana. Nothing to do with you. Oh, this has got nothing to do with you. Nearly all of his allegations had nothing to do with him. Hearsay, opinion, nothing to do with you. Hearsay, opinion, hearsay. It was just nonsense. Oh, here's one. Oh, right, okay. Oh, this has something to do with you. Oh, but it's an opinion. Anyway, there we go. Right, I criticize a lot of people on here. I lift people up that I think deserve to be needed lifted up. And I criticize people who are out for criticism. I'm out for criticism. People criticize me. Monday, I'm a good guy. Wednesday, I could be an asshole. Just depends on how I feel. We all have different feelings each day. But I will point this out. I don't wish ill on anyone. Maybe one person. I'm not going to mention his name, though. But the President of the United States, Joe Biden, President Biden, whether you like him or not, whether he's done a good job or a bad job, it doesn't matter. He was leaving his campaign headquarters yesterday with his wife. And I do think it was an assassination attempt. They haven't said it yet. But a car drove at speed into their motorcade. The president and his wife were taken out by the FBI. The FBI jumped in and arrested the guy, took him away. But you know what? It's shocking that you let someone get into your head so much that you're willing to assassinate. I mean, or you're willing to drive into a motorcade. It's weird. I'm sure the media will put spins on it different ways, but no one deserves that type of behaviour. Weird, isn't it? But there we go. And I've seen this morning in the paper a story. I think the Mail have a doctor. Do you remember the old Good Morning Britain at the time? They had Dr. Hilary Jones and he does different shows and he talks about things. Well, the Mail have a doctor called Dr. Max Pembleton. I think it's Pembleton. And he's put this out today. And I think he shouldn't have done it, but he did. If you want your GP to take you seriously, follow my guidelines. Well, Dr. Max Pembleton, I'm telling you now, if someone's coming to see you, you should be taking them seriously. If someone's coming to see the doctor and the doctor's going, oh, here we go again, you know, that's not a good attitude from a GP for a start. It's not. And I just think it's a shocking story from a doctor, which just goes to prove that if he's saying that in a story in the Mail, then maybe he doesn't take his clients seriously anyway. Maybe he's not the right doctor to see. And do you remember the PPE incident in the UK? Yeah, Michelle Moon, Baroness Michelle Moon, who used to make lingerie, still does. But then she then said, I think we could make PPE, and then went through the back doors of certain areas to get ticks in the boxes, who received multi-million-pound contract from the UK government for her company of lingerie to make PPE. Not all of it was made, by the way, and none of it was seen. However, she denied this. She denied this for what? Months, maybe a year. No, I had nothing to do with it. Well, she has dropped what I would call a bollock. A bollock. Because she's admitted in an interview now that I'll get this here. She admitted during an interview that she stands to make millions from a PPE deal with the government. Now, surely that admission is enough to prosecute. But we'll find out, because the people at the top protect each other, don't they? Of course they do. Even if you admit guilt, it's like, well, you admitted it, so slap on the wrist. Yeah, if you don't admit it, then we'll have to try and wait till you do admit it. It's just shocking the way they behave. And now I know and you know, topics we can't really discuss. There's many different names we can't discuss because it sends up red flags everywhere. But listen to this. We all know that for the last 2 or 3 years, many hundreds, I'm going to use the word thousands of people across the UK have had to cancel their remembrance get-togethers. Weddings, receptions, gatherings, things planned for years. Let's go and all meet up in a hotel. Hotels booked all over the country for different events, anniversaries, weddings, deaths, you know, everything all cancelled. Why? But I had this booked for, we started paying this off 1.5 years ago for our wedding. You know, we've paid 12 grand. Well, there's your 12 grand back. You can't do it now. We've cancelled everything. But we've paid for catering. We've got people flying all over the world for our wedding. We've got this. Sorry, can't stay here. All the rooms, everyone's been refunded. But why is that? The government have bought the hotel for the next 7 months. It's going to be filled with asylum seekers. So you've had to cancel 16 weddings and remembrance and all. Yep, everyone's had a refund. And they don't care because they can give out the refund because the amount of money the government have given them is probably 4 or 5 times the amount of money they made from the local community. So what they've done is they took the government's shilling and they handed back the money and they didn't care about the public. Well, guess what? A lot of those hotels now are now empty. And the public that supported those hotels in the communities now won't go near them. And a lot of those hotels are going bust because of it. Because you went to take the government's quick fix money and you ignored everyone around you who used your hotel, who used your spa, who used your gym. And all those people now have went, screw you. If that's how you treat everyone after what we've helped you build this hotel up, then you don't deserve our money. And a lot of hoteliers are going bust now. And I think it's great. You may think that's awful, but I think it's great. And I hope other hotels and other groups understand that you cannot treat the public like shit and then expect them to come straight back and use your facilities. And that's what's happened in Ireland. I won't say where, but it's in the mail. A really, really historic hotel in Ireland shut its doors to the public. And it was about to take government money to house 70 asylum seekers. Unfortunately, the hotel now has been burnt down and Irish police are calling it arson. Now, you should never praise anything, and I think it's terrible that it's got that situation. But please remember, don't treat the public like shit. We see everything that's going on and everyone reacts differently. That's all I'm saying. Right. Give you a little bit of history here. I want to say thank you to everyone before I go. Thank you to everyone that did leave a review on Amazon for First Into Singing. I do appreciate it. The book's still in the top 100, but I'm going to give you a little bit of history about it. Whenever I first wrote this book, I decided that should I send this to the Telegraph, the Times, and I thought, no, I won't. Why would a journalist's perspective or a journalist's insight on the combat operations add any value to my book? Why would their review add any value? It wouldn't. I don't respect a journalist's review on combat situations. So I decided, who do I want to review my book? And I got a guy called Bob Shepherd, a legend in the Special Air Service. Bob Shepherd. Now, to let you know where Bob Shepherd was, everybody knows Bravo 20. Basically, it was a famous call sign of an operation which failed during the Gulf War. Bravo 20. Bob Shepherd's call sign was Bravo 21. He did everything, got back, kept quiet, went home for tea and biscuits. So Bob Shepherd was Bravo 21. So I had his review, but then I thought, who else's review would add to this? And I went for a guy who's called, I'm not going to mention his name. His review is AR, former Regimental Sergeant Major of the SAS, and I got him to read my book. And then I got Phil Campion to read my book. I got Dave Hayhoe, whose dog won the Dickens Medal, which is the Animal VC, to read my book. I got Bear Grylls to read my book. And they all left me reviews. Originally, the front cover, the review here, I'll tell you in a minute, this was the original front cover. And the original front cover has Bear Grylls' review on it. But then when I looked at it and I spoke to a few guys in the Special Forces and I said, putting Bear Grylls on the front, they just went, what? No, don't do that. He doesn't hold the same credibility as a serving Special Forces operator. And then I thought about it. And I didn't want to put AR on the front because he had loads of plans coming up and loads of things he was doing. And I didn't want to highlight that too much because I knew he keeps quiet. So then I put Bob Shepherd, his review on the front. And that was the perfect review. So there we go. So the original was meant to be Bear Grylls. And after a few chats with a few people, we quickly rectified that. So there we go. Anyway, listen, thanks to those that have bought it. Thanks to those that have left reviews. I do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And Merry Christmas.